Talk to me, Liz.
Hello, Pete. There's a Detective Miles here to see you.
Please send him right in.
Okay.
You can leave for the day as well. Can I offer you anything to drink, Detective?
No, that's all right, Mr. Smith.
Please, call me Pete. What brings you by my office today?
Well, I'm actually new to this division, so I'm going past cases so we can close them for good. There's actually this one case that has me really stumped. We have a missing body. Can you believe that? A whole year with no body.
Whose body?
Well, your cousin, Ethan Baxter.
You know, even after a year, just hearing that sentence, it's still difficult. Ethan and I were close.
Look, I'm so sorry to bring this up again, but I do believe that your family deserves some closure. Now, for a man like him to disappear like this makes no damn sense. So if it's not too much trouble, I would like to ask you a few questions. So with the information I got in review, seems like you were the last person in contact with Ethan Baxter, am I correct?
Yes, Detective, that's correct. We were supposed to meet to go over some technical updates for the software, but he never confirmed.
And did you stay home that evening?
Yes, I did. Afterwards, I just went to my local coffee shop.
Well, it shows on record you do have an alibi, so your story checks out. I just have a hard time understanding is why a man like him would disappear like this. I mean, no trace of anything, no credit cards, no cell phone, nothing like that. And don't you find that weird?
To tell you the truth, Detective, I find this whole situation weird. Ethan had everything. So for him to disappear like this, something pushed him.
No. See, this is where you're wrong. See, it might have been something with someone. Do you recall if your cousin had any enemies?
He was a lawyer and a CEO of one of the most successful software companies in Charlotte. You don't get to that position without making a few enemies.
Look, it's very important for you to understand that anything can help to narrow this down. Now, I feel something in my guts, and I'm convinced that someone in this office has something to do with this. Someone close to home.
Anything's possible, Detective.
Yeah. Can you tell me your relationship with you and Ethan? How did it feel to work under your cousin?
As you know, Ethan's father's my uncle. And my mother's brother. Growing up, they were close, so it was only natural that myself and Ethan got close. Ethan wasn't really a cousin to me. He was more of a brother. He was my best friend. We literally did everything growing up together. Went to elementary school together. We went to high school together. It was really only after high school where we went separate paths. But even then, we'd see each other on weekends, sometimes. Ethan was a great man, Detective. He put everything into this company. His heart, his soul. So it was an honor to take over the position of CEO after his disappearance.
Wow. Seems like you and Ethan had a wonderful relationship. I just have one more question for you about this, if you may.
That is.
Well, it's stated that you're next in line for CEO. If anything should happen to Ethan, or if he's incapable of fulfilling the responsibility,
That's correct.
I mean, it's fine. It makes sense somewhat. It just puzzles me as why the daughter would be next in line. I mean, only Ethan and the mother had a power of attorney to modify the documents. So, based on her testimony, you and your late Uncle Paul weren't that close. So I just find it fascinating.
Detective, I don't know why you find this so confusing. I'm the only logical candidate to take over as CEO. My history with the company, my experience, no one else has those qualifications.
While that be true, Peter, it shocks me better to see them there. See, that's where the confusion is for me. See, it sure seemed inevitable to see your name there. And I'm pretty sure that her husband would have spoken to her about it. I mean, it is a bit. Okay. I'll leave this document with you. I'll be on my way, Peter.
Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Lisa?
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
How have you been?
Surviving. Lisa, what are you doing here after all this time?
Ethan's case has recently been reopened. I wanted to tell you about it because you never wanted to talk about it.
It's not something I'm ready to come to terms with as of yet. Far too many unanswered questions.
Celia, if there's anyone who understands, it's me. I've always had the feeling that...
That what?
You think I had something to do with it?
Lisa, I was there with Ethan when he admitted to you over the phone that there had been something between him and Elizabeth. You were upset and outraged, and he was heartbroken because he still loved you.
Yes, but I would never.
I only hope you didn't let your anger get the best of you.
I had nothing to do with this. Regardless of what was going on between us, I loved him.
People can do crazy things when they're upset. That's all I'm saying. For me, it's far easier to cope with something like this when you have someone to blame. Okay, I believe you. Maybe you're not capable of taking things that far.
No, I'm not.
What confuses me even more is why would Peter be next in line as CEO? It's something that I just don't get. It was to my understanding that the girls were next in line as CEO should anything happen to Ethan. I was shocked to see Peter's name on those documents. It raises a lot of questions.
And we're 100% sure that Paul legally signed the documents?
Yes, we are. I saw them and read them over and over.
In the last text I received from Ethan, he said he was going out of town on a business meeting and planned to be coming back.
I don't know why everyone assumes that Peter is completely innocent in all of this. It's not as if my husband and him were close. No one, and I repeat, no one, is going to convince me that Paul would sign over his company to his whacked out nephew who is full of issues and insecurities. Something will come to light.
Miss Elizabeth.
Detective?
So, Elizabeth, the reason we brought you here today, we have a few more questions about Ethan's disappearance.
Okay, I thought for sure that the police gathered all the information that they needed. Nothing has changed.
Well, yes, they did. We're just making sure nothing was missed.
See, that's the thing, Elizabeth. I haven't gathered all the information I'd like to know. There's some things that won't quite add up.
So, if you don't mind, we have a few more questions.
You may go ahead.
All right, Detective Room, you may proceed.
So let's start from this. Where were you the day Ethan went disappeared?
I was at the office till about 6 p.m. that evening. I had some last minute appointments to put into Mr. Baxter's calendar. And then I went home and called it a night.
So you were home the entire evening?
Yes, Detective.
So, Elizabeth, did Ethan tell you before he left his office where he was going or who he was gonna see yet?
He said he was gonna go meet up with his cousin Peter to discuss some technical stuff for the company or...
But, wrong, stop. There. Take some notes. Yeah. So the security camera shows that Ethan was going to his car. So something must have happened after that. But Peter said that Ethan didn't send him a text message to meet up with him.
So, where do we get from this?
Elizabeth, you said that Ethan told you that he was going to meet up with Peter, right? See? Things don't quite add up. Now, Ethan has ever not showed up for a meeting?
No. It's not in his personality. It was even in his calendar, so he planned to go there. Look, I knew Ethan very well, and he very rarely missed anything on his calendar, unless it was an absolute emergency.
All right, Detective Rowan, you may proceed.
This time, it's about Peter. Like, tell me, how is Peter with his promotion from an IT department to a CEO of a company? I mean, there might be something unusually noticed, you know? Or you think we should know about it.
Okay, the only thing that struck me as odd was how quickly he moved into Ethan's office. He was so insistent on changing things. I mean, I could be wrong, people deal with things differently, but he just didn't seem so heartbroken over losing his cousin, who was like a best friend.
I see.
Don't mind, it's part of my job. It's a personal, but how is your relationship with Peter?
Now it's at a professional level. I mean, don't get the wrong idea. I like working for him. He's a nice boss.
Wait. You just said right now. What do you mean?
Well, it took some time to reach this point. He's asked me out on a couple dates, sent me some flowers. But, of course, I turned him down. I made it clear that I was not interested. I don't know. There also seemed, to me anyway, a little bit of jealousy towards Ethan. When he took over as CEO, it was like he was trying to be like me. Just weird. But that's my view of things.
No, I see. Well, thank you very much, Elizabeth, for your time and for your cooperation. You've been a big help for this case.
Well then, well, thank you. Just willing from here. I'll walk you out.
Elizabeth,
Mrs. Baxter, hi. How How are you?
Just fine.
Was there something I can do for you?
Yes, actually, there is. I'm sure you've heard Ethan's case has been reopened.
Yes, I have.
It's been a difficult time for our family, as you can imagine.
I'm so sorry.
So if you could please reschedule and minimize some of Peter's appointments, it would really help us a lot.
Sure. Anything.
Great. So I'm just gonna go and have a chat with Peter now.
Lisa.
Is this a good time?
Yeah, of course.
What is it, Peter?
This document.
Peter, we've been through this before. You used your little computer hacker skills to change the names and everything. I'm the only one in possession of the originals. It's not something you should worry about.
Lisa, the detective is suspicious about it. This is the last document he left on my desk before leaving.
Let him speculate all he wants. He'll never be able to prove there's something fishy about it.
My anxiety's going through the roof right now.
Maybe you should see your psychiatrist to calm your nerves. I have bigger problems. I haven't been able to sleep ever since this case has been reopened. Is it possible?
What?
Do you think that after all this time,
Is what possible?
could Ethan be alive?
Mr. Peter Smith.
Detective Miles.
It's my partner, Detective Ron.
Can you guys tell me what I'm doing here? What was so urgent?
Yeah, you know you're quite the character, Mr. Smith. You know damn well why you're here, man.
I do.
So, Mr. Smith, I see you declined all our calls. You even refused to see us yesterday. Man, and why?
Pretty sure Elizabeth told you guys wasn't taking any appointments. Did she not? No? Can I get a glass of water? Please.
You can play all these games all you want. What she did tell you that it was urgent.
Okay, well, I'm here now.
Alright, did Ethan confirm with you that he was gonna meet you that evening? Yes or no?
Detective, you already know this. He didn't confirm.
Yeah. That's funny how Ethan actually put on his calendar that he was going to meet with you. Not only that he even told Elizabeth that he was going to meet with you. And he tells Elizabeth everything.
Could be true. Either way, I have witnesses that can justify my alibi. I was at my coffee shop.
Dig a little bit here. Smith, how's your relationship with Miss Williams?
Well, Elizabeth was Ethan's secretary, so when Ethan was gone and I took over the position of CEO, she became my secretary. That's it.
But Ethan and her were very close. Didn't that bother you?
Why would that matter? I wasn't interested.
Oh, so you weren't interested?
Well, otherwise, you have emails, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, you have emails from me and my secretary. I don't understand how that's suspicious.
So you're trying to tell me that you never tried to actually trying to go out with her or anything like that? Maybe on a date?
Basic, exactly what I'm saying. You should probably start thinking about what she was doing.
Wait, what do you mean? What did she do?
Oh, sweet, innocent Elizabeth. She never told you, did she?
Man, stop this shit, man. Look, if you know some shit, then say it out. You know, don't just out here blah, 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 because I don't got that patient anymore.
Elizabeth and Ethan were having an affair. You guys didn't catch on to that, did you?
You sure about this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was there from when it started, right until when it crumbled. Maybe that's what you should be concerned with.
Are you sure about this?
Trust me. I was a witness to the whole thing.
If he's right about this, this case just took another turn.
Well, one more last question, Mr. Smith. What if...
Oh, wait, actually, one more question. So now,
How did you get a hold of the legal documents for him? I mean, legally, you're not entitled to have them. And for you to actually possess them and know that you're going to be next in line as CEO.
I got them from Lisa.
So you're trying to tell me that Lisa never knew that your name was on the file this whole entire time?
The lawyers only gave her access after Ethan's disappearance. That's how she found out. Maybe that's how Ethan wanted it to be.
It still doesn't add up, Mr. Smith, that you are Paul Bechter's nephew.
Exactly my point. So why you?
Well, I guess that's something we're never gonna find out. Ethan and his father had their reasons. And to be honest, the company's flourishing, so can you kind of blame them? They made the right decision.
Miles, I actually thought of something.
Yeah, what's that?
Like I went back to the day Ethan went disappeared, like right before he left his office.
Okay.
I mean, if you see where he left his car, I mean, what if he actually drowned? Like,
Well, a body would have been found, right? Besides, they combed the whole area with water, so that wouldn't be possible.
true.
Bro, hope you understand that this whole investigation has been shifted, right?
So where are we looking now?
Well, from the information that Peter actually gave us, you know, the whole thing with Ethan having an affair with his secretary is actually crucial to the case.
Actually, right now, when I think of it, it does change things.
Well, yeah. Because I mean that Lisa would have been quite upset about it, right?
Actually, you're right. It does change the things though.
Yeah.
So now you think it's Lisa?
Well, I wouldn't give her all the credit. I mean, it can definitely be her. I just checked this out, right?
Okay.
So Elizabeth states that she was home when Ethan left
Okay.
at the office, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she also said that she went home right after. Fine, I can accept that. But then Lisa found out that her dear husband is having an affair with her secretary, which is Elizabeth. Where was she?
Miles. If you look at the files, it says she was also home.
All right. Now, do we have an alibi?
Not from what I saw, man.
Okay, so no alibi, right?
No.
So, okay, so with all the information we gathered, let's create a scenario.
Okay, let's do this.
All right. So you have Ethan who was supposed to meet up with Peter, right? But
Makes
that never
sense.
happened.
Yeah.
Okay. And then on the camera, you can see Ethan leaving the office all alone.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if he's all alone, actually, you know what? What if Ethan was leaving to meet up with Elizabeth at her house?
Okay, go on then.
So listen to this. He leaves the office to go meet up with Elizabeth at her house. He stops. He sends a text message to his wife, but maybe the wife kind of knew about it, so she went to find Ethan.
Okay, so we're this gets us like, then what?
Well, that gives you two more suspects with a motive, right? One angry wife who found out she got cheated on,
Okay.
and then you have a secretary who got her heart broken by her boss because she didn't believe that the boss would actually leave his wife.
Yeah, that does make sense though.
Well, of course it makes sense. So, Ro, there's actually something that's been bothering me.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So remember that day we actually questioned Elizabeth?
Yeah.
All right. So, isn't it funny or weird how she was able to answer all these questions so comfortably?
Seemed normal to me.
And that's the thing, though. The fact that it's normal makes it so weird, right? It's as if she knew exactly what she was about to get asked.
I don't know what you're saying, man. Like, seemed normal to me, man. That's how people talk.
All right. So did you talk to her outside of work?
For real? How long have we been working together, man?
Yeah, you're right.
Shit, I can't just believe that.
So can you explain to me why for the last 10 months I have your number registered?
Miles. Tell me why you gotta dig so deep in this shit right now. Tell me.
Are you serious? This is your true colors, right?
Just don't fucking move.
What's the point of all doing this, man?
You think this fucking salary is enough, eh?
Think about it. We've been partners for years. I don't
Let's-
want to go that way, man.
Just listen to me right now, man. If I wanted you out of
Miles! He knows everything!
You don't give up, Miles, eh?
Keep surprising me, boy. So why'd you do it, boy?
I guess it's too late for that, because you're gonna be a dead man soon.
You always got jokes.
You know, Miles, I had so many chances.
I always told you, boy. Never go easy on the enemy.
You gonna do this for him, Miles? Where I come from? Man, the fist to fist. Yeah. Come on, boy.
Oh, boy, you're under arrest.
Okay, let's get serious here. I think Peter's idea to have a whole team dedicated to the entire division is the right way to go.
Okay, so we need to assign the people with the right qualifications to take on a project with these kind of details.
Peter, I need
take
to
a
see
moment.
you immediately.
Could you please excuse me? Anna, do you mind taking over?
Thank you.
Lisa, that was a pretty critical meeting. I really hope this is important.
Come on, boy.
Avete sbagliato tutto. E adesso la pagherete cara.
Trust me, Peter, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
So what is it?
What did you tell them, Peter?
Isn't that confidential between myself and the detectives?
You sneaky good for nothing. I trusted you.
Are you gonna answer that phone call?
Unknown caller. Lisa Baxter speaking. Hello. Who is this? Ethan?